Episode 56 LM November 12, 2023. Enviva Wood Pellet Plant posts big loss, Indiasmoke visible from space. Dolly Parton's fire. In episode 56 LM1, wood burners are at least 15% and up to 50% more expensive way to heat homes than gas boilers. Research shows that more affluent people, attracted by the aesthetic appeal of a fire, are driving that increase. In the United Kingdom, Global Action Plan, Impact on Urban Health and Mums for Lungs are calling for greater awareness of the economic, environmental, and health costs of wood burning. 2. Dolly Parton wrote World on Fire about global warming. The song implies that people should stop burning. In this episode 1, gas boilers cheaper than wood burning heat. 2. Dolly Parton on her song World on Fire. 3. Enviva Wood Pellet Plant headquartered in Virginia and operating in North Carolina, posts a big loss. There has been opposition to the plant ranging from the Dogwood Alliance to the Raging Grannies, as well as residents against wood smoke emission particulates. 4. Indiasmoke from farmers' field stubble burning, biomass burning like wood burning, visible from space. And Dolly Parton talks about her song World on Fire. 5. California, Scotts Valley smoke trapped at ground level. 4. In Massachusetts 50 years ago when wood-burning stoves were sold in large quantities. 6a, in Brainerd, Minnesota a kitchen fire caused by a wood stove. 6b, in St. Paul, Minnesota, a body found in a garage destroyed by fire. 6, in Levittown, New York, burning of wood scraps leads to a shed fire. 7a, in Oregon there is a home wood heating advisory. 7b, in Klamath County, Oregon, the EPA awards Oregon Department of Environmental Quality over $4.5 million to improve Klamath County air quality. 8. In Knoxville, Tennessee, smoke warnings have been issued in parts of Kentucky, North Carolina about Tennessee wildfire smoke. 9. In Canada's Prince Edward Island province, PM 2.5 pollution from controlled burn of debris sparks controversy in government debate in aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. And 10. 8 top picks are made for air purifiers that deal with PM 2.6. United Kingdom. Wood burners more costly for heating than gas boilers, study finds. The Guardian. Another study found that wood burning in homes produced more small particle pollution than all road traffic in the UK. Research dispels myth that wood burning, which has health risks, is a cheaper energy option. Wood burners more costly for heating than gas boilers, study finds. November 11, 2023. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Wood burners are a more expensive way to heat homes than gas boilers or heat pumps, research shows. A study found that as well as causing significant health and environmental dangers for the home's occupants and their neighbors, it is at least 15% more costly to heat a home using a wood burner rather than a gas boiler. An employee of the charity Impact on Urban Health, which focuses on health inequalities in cities and which funded the study, said air pollution from wood burning in the UK had doubled over the past decade, with serious consequences for people's health. This research dispels the myth that wood burning is a cheaper energy alternative whilst shining a light on the toxic effect it has on the air we breathe, she said. It's vital that urban communities understand the connection between burning and the air pollution it creates. There was a 40% increase in sales of wood burners between 2021 and 2022. Research shows that more affluent people, attracted by the aesthetic appeal of a fire, are driving that increase. However, a growing body of evidence highlights the environmental and health damage caused, with scientists saying that people who burn wood are subjecting themselves, and their neighborhoods, to high levels of the most dangerous small particulate pollution, PM 2.5, which can work its way deep into the body, causing a range of severe health issues including heart disease, strokes, asthma and cancer. Last year, a study from Professor Chris Whitty, the Chief Medical Officer for England, found that even eco-designed wood-burning stoves produced 450 times more toxic air pollution than gas central heating, while older stoves, now banned from sale, produced 3,700 times more. Another study found that wood burning in homes produced more small particle pollution than all road traffic in the UK. The latest research, carried by Global Action Plan for Impact on Urban Health, found that the perception among the public was often that wood burners at least offered a cheaper source of energy. However, that was only true when wood was sourced for free, the study found. The head of research at Global Action Plan said, pressures on household finances may be tempting more people towards burning wood because they believe it's cheaper. But our new research demonstrates that wood burning is almost always more expensive than other forms of heating in the UK. The study found that when a household used a newly installed, DEFRA-approved wood burner for 20% of its heat, the yearly cost, including installation, was £2,028 to £2,204, 24% more than running a typical gas boiler. The cost increased to almost 50% more expensive if a household used newly installed wood burners for 80% of its heat. Even where the wood burner was already installed and 80% of the heat was provided by a gas boiler, the annual costs were still 15% higher than gas. In all scenarios, wood burners were more expensive than air source heat pumps. With winter approaching, a range of organizations including Global Action Plan, Impact on Urban Health and Mums for Lungs are calling for greater awareness of the economic, environmental, and health costs of wood burning. The founder and director of Mums for Lungs said children were often the worst hit. It's vital people are aware of the strong connection between burning wood and the air pollution it causes, which has lasting, damaging effects on people's lives. Rosep View, in a CBS television interview, Dolly Parton, who avoids politics, implied that a song on her latest album is about the fires caused by burning things that are leading to global warming. https://www.cbsnews.com/news/Dolly Parton first rock and roll album Rock Star address global issues. I didn't think of that as political. Dolly Parton's first ever rock and roll album addresses global issues. I didn't think of that as political. Nora O'Donnell, Annalisa Novak. October 18, 2023. CBS News. Excerpts edited by Rosep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. At 77, country legend Dolly Parton isn't slowing down. Instead, she's revving up the tempo with her first ever rock and roll album, Rock Star. She offers 9 original tracks, addressing global issues in songs like World on Fire. I didn't think of that as political as much as I was thinking of it as trying to save our asses, she told CBS News. It was more about just all the things that's going on in the whole wide world. I thought, why are people not thinking about what we're doing to each other and to this world, the only world we've got to live in? So I just felt led to write something 'cause that's how I do express myself, said Parton. Despite her pivot to rock and roll, Parton's core message remains unchanged: we should all love one another. North Carolina, Enviva Wood Pellet Plant, financial crisis. Rosep, without higher taxpayer subsidies, it looks like this wood pellet plant does not pay for itself. That is no surprise. Enviva's CEO has been replaced. Excerpts from the article. The Raging Grannies were among about 30 protesters outside Enviva's office in Raleigh last May. The Dogwood Alliance, based in Asheville, attributed its 10-year Our Forests Aren't Fuel campaign for some of Enviva's financial woes. With community members, we made the company take responsibility for its pollution and environmental injustices, the Alliance said in a prepared statement. We exposed their greenwashing, leading to lawsuits and higher legal costs for Enviva. We have delayed their expansions and diminished their production through constant pressure and scrutiny of regulatory processes. We made them invest in air quality improvements, which they should have done from the start. These improvements are now hurting the company's profits. Yet Enviva's significant contributions to climate change have also contributed to its financial struggles. This article concludes by stating in April 2022, Enviva's stock price peaked at $89.64 a share. At the end of trading yesterday, it was just 85 cents. Wood pellet giant Enviva discloses a financial crisis. Inside Climate News. Enviva reported a net loss of $85.2 million in the third quarter of this year, compared with an $18.3 million loss in the third quarter of 2022. Even though the company sold more tons of wood pellets this summer, an unfavorable pricing environment led to a 50% drop in earnings. North Carolina News. Money doesn't grow on trees. Wood pellet firm tells investors it's in a financial crisis environment. November 10, 2023. Excerpts edited by Rosep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Description: wood pellets are produced by chopping up whole trees. The pellets are then shipped to Great Britain, where they're burned for fuel in power plants. Enviva, the world's largest manufacturer of wood pellet fuel, which operates 10 plants in the southeast, including 4 in North Carolina, is bleeding cash, and experiencing serious financial trouble, company executives said on a third-quarter earnings call November 9. Falling wood pellet prices and operational challenges could also force Enviva to default on some of its loans, according to its most recent report to the Securities and Exchange Commission. These conditions and events in the aggregate raise substantial doubt regarding the company's ability to continue, the report read. Enviva reported a net loss of $85.2 million in the third quarter of this year, compared with an $18.3 million loss in the third quarter of 2022. Even though the company sold more tons of wood pellets this summer, an unfavorable pricing environment led to a 50% drop in earnings. Enviva's financial crisis could persist through 2025, the company's SEC report said. The company also announced it has replaced its CEO Thomas Meth with Glenn Nunziata as interim CEO. He was previously the company's chief financial officer. Environmental and climate advocates have long scrutinized and criticized Enviva's business model, which falsely claims to produce renewable energy sources and to be climate-friendly. Each year Enviva clear-cuts thousands of acres of forest, including upland hardwoods, to produce wood pellets that are shipped overseas to be burned instead of coal as fuel. The wood pellet process produces significant amounts of greenhouse gases at every step of production. The clear-cutting releases carbon dioxide that is sequestered in the trees and roots. Even when trees are replanted, it takes decades for them to reach maturity and capture the carbon of older trees. Clear-cutting also exacerbates flooding, which is now more common because of climate change, because there is no vegetation to absorb or slow the water. The company then ships those trees, in diesel-emitting log trucks, to plants in Ahoskie, Faison, Hamlet and Garysburg, where they are turned into pellets. And in total, the pellet plants themselves release 250,000 tons each year of greenhouse gases, as well as smaller, but significant amounts of hazardous air pollutants. The pellets are then trucked or shipped by rail to the port of Wilmington, where Enviva has an export terminal. There, the pellets are loaded onto diesel-powered ships that then head to nations in Europe or Asia. Power plants in those countries burn the wood pellets, releasing tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, instead of coal. All of Enviva's plants are located in predominantly non-white and low-income neighborhoods where residents are exposed to tons of air pollution from the facilities each year. Since 2017, Enviva's North Carolina facilities have tallied 14 air quality violations, according to NC Department of Environmental Quality records. Fires ignited at the Faison plant in Sampson County in both 2020 and 2021. Another fire broke out at the Garysburg plant in Northampton County in 2016. Globally, 2023 was the warmest on record, according to NOAA's National Centers for Environmental Information. Land temperatures are running 4.2 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than average, and ocean temperatures are 1.85 degrees warmer. That warmth has reduced the demand for indoor heat. Enviva generally experiences an uptick in wood pellet consumption in the winter, when heating demand is high, the company's report said. This dynamic, which was particularly pronounced in the fourth quarter of 2022, has not materialized to date in 2023. Virginia, Enviva Wood Pellet Plant posts a big loss. Rosep View. This Virginia article about Enviva concludes by stating the company said despite the troubles, it's continuing its expansion with one plant under construction in Alabama and another planned in Mississippi. Enviva has grown during its nearly 20-year history thanks to European policies that classify wood pellets as clean energy and subsidies that make it profitable for power producers to burn wood pellets, known as biomass. Environmental groups have criticized the industry and Enviva, arguing that biomass is not cleaner than the coal it replaces. Those groups also have raised concerns about pollution and traffic near the plants, which are mainly located in lower-income communities of color. Enviva's shares fell below $1 Thursday. Wood pellet maker Enviva posts a big loss, says its future is at risk. WFAE, the Virginia-based company, is the world's largest producer of wood pellets, which are sold in Europe and Asia to be burned for electricity. It has 10. Wood pellet maker Enviva reported a big quarterly loss Thursday, replaced its CEO, and says it's at risk of failing because of collapsing prices and debt. Enviva also cited unspecified operational challenges at its plants this year. Enviva has benefited from British and European policies that effectively considered the practice of burning wood pellets to make electricity as carbon. Wood pellet maker Enviva posts a big loss, says its future is at risk. WFAE November 9, 2023. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. North Carolina is a major exporter of wood pellets to Europe. The largest supplier, Enviva, operates 4 plants in the state, including this one in Hamlet, in Richmond County. Wood pellet maker Enviva reported a big quarterly loss Thursday, replaced its CEO and says it's at risk of failing because of collapsing prices and debt. Enviva also cited unspecified operational challenges at its plants this year. In a news release, the company said its financial difficulties raise substantial doubt regarding the company's ability to continue as a going concern. Although Enviva sold more wood pellets during the third quarter, lower prices led to a 5% decline in revenues. That led to an $85 million loss in the quarter, compared with an $18 million loss a year ago. It also said that long-term contracts at low prices could lead to even wider losses in the coming quarters. The Virginia-based company is the world's largest producer of wood pellets, which are sold in Europe and Asia to be burned for electricity. It has 10 plants across the South, including 4 in North Carolina and 1 in South Carolina, along with a port at Wilmington. The closest one to Charlotte is in Richmond County. Others are in Northampton, Hertford and Sampson counties and in Greenwood, South Carolina. New CEO announced. Enviva also announced a restructuring that included naming Glenn Nunziata as interim CEO. He also keeps his current title of Chief Financial Officer, which he has held only since last November when he joined the company. He replaces Thomas Meth, who stays on as president. Enviva said Meth will help renegotiate customer contracts to try and improve profitability. The company also said it's hiring financial and legal advisors for a comprehensive review of alternatives to strengthen its capital structure, augment liquidity, address contractual liabilities, and increase long-term profitability. While we have a great deal of work to do, we are encouraged by the progress being made through our cost reduction and productivity initiatives. At the same time, we are actively addressing the company's cash flow and liquidity challenges as well as working with customers to renegotiate contracts. The decisive steps we are taking are expected to better position Enviva to continue leading the industrial biomass sector through its next leg of growth, Nunziata said in the press release. Africa, Nigeria, Enugu State. NCCC, German firm Wu Enugu Women with Smoke-Free Stoves Leadership News Dahira said people normally cook with firewood or charcoal which are got from cutting trees thereby affecting the environment by causing flooding. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The National Council on Climate Change, NCCC, and a German company, Atmosphere, have sensitized women in Enugu State on the need to preserve the climate and the environment by using an environment-friendly smokeless stove, Save 80 Clean Cook Stove. Save 80 Clean Cook Stoves is a device manufactured by Atmosphere that can cook with little firewood but does not produce smoke that could be harmful to health and the environment. In a speech at the sensitization program held in Enugu, the Director General of National Council on Climate Change, Dr. Salisu Dahiro, said there was need to save the environment, soil degradation and deforestation, hence the need for the environment-friendly stove, Save 80 Clean Cook Stoves. Dahira said people normally cook with firewood or charcoal which are got from cutting trees thereby affecting the environment by causing flooding and erosion and therefore urged all and sundry to procure and make use of the cook stoves. He said in the process of cooking with firewood, it produces smoke that could cause cough as well as affected the eyes. California, Scotts Valley. News briefs published November 10, 2023, press banner, Scotts Valley, California. Conditions include colder temperatures and the presence of a temperature inversion, which keeps wood smoke pollution trapped close to the ground. California, Sierra Wave. Dennis Mattinson's weather, November 9, 2023, Sierra Wave. He specialized in the monitoring, measurement and movement of particulate matter 2.5 and 10 microns in size, known as PM 2.5 and PM 10. He also. California, Pope Valley. Pope Valley fire contained after burning nearly 5 acres, the Press Democrat. The Press Democrat Pope Valley fire contained after burning nearly 5 acres. California State Assembly member Jim Wood represents the 2nd Assembly District, which is comprised of Delegate Colorado, Chaffee County. U.S. Forest Service prepares for prescribed burns in local ranger districts, news the Chaffee County Times. Fire personnel will monitor burns until the fires are completely out. Visit https://cdphe.colorado.gov/wood-smoke-and-your-health for information on Massachusetts, Hampshire. A look back, November 10, Daily Hampshire Gazette. 50 years ago, Western Massachusetts residents have been buying hundreds of wood-burning stoves in recent weeks, while local firewood salesmen say. Minnesota, Brainerd. Brainerd firefighters respond to kitchen fire. Brainerd Dispatch. A Brainerd Fire Department fire truck sits in the garage. A man puts wood into a wood-burning fireplace. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Body found in St. Paul garage destroyed by fire. Star Tribune. The smell of burned wood and plastic was still pungent Thursday afternoon. Smoke rose from the garage's smoldering wood. 2 city trash cans were. New York, Levittown. Burning of wood scraps causes shed fire. Levittownnow.com. Burning of wood scraps causes shed fire. Tom Sofield. November 9, 2023. Tweet pin it. File photo. A shed and fence were ablaze Wednesday afternoon. Oregon, Eugene. Weather status. Eugene Daily News. Oak Ridge. The air quality index is 21 in the good category, measuring particulate matter. Homewood heating advisory. Eugene. Springfield, Green. Oregon, Klamath County. EPA awards Oregon DEQ over $4.5 million to improve Klamath County Air Quality. Environmental Protection Agency. Grant funds will be used to reduce harmful fine particle air pollution, known as PM 2.5, from residential wood smoke through a wide range of. Oregon, Eugene. Weather status. Eugene Daily News. Oak Ridge. The air quality index is 43 in the good category, measuring particulate matter. Homewood heating advisory. Eugene. Springfield, Green. Tennessee. Burn bans imposed by Commissioner of Agriculture in Middle Tennessee counties. WKRN. Campfires, cooking fires, grills, charcoal or wood fired, but not natural or propane gas fired, burn barrels, household waste, air curtain. Tennessee, Middle Tennessee. Burn bans imposed by Commissioner of Agriculture in Middle Tennessee counties. Yahoo News. Campfires, cooking fires, grills, charcoal or wood fired, but not natural or propane gas fired. Burn barrels. Household waste. Virginia, Harrisonburg. Burn bans enacted around the valley. WHSV. This applies to United Kingdom, Nottingham. Winter staycations with the best chance of enjoying a white Christmas. Nottinghamshire Live. Nottingham Post. The property boasts a stylish, yet cozy, open living space featuring a wood-burning stove, making for a perfect retreat after a long day of. Tennessee, Knoxville. Tennessee wildfires, how to stay safe as state faces extreme drought. Knoxville News Sentinel. Smoke warnings have been issued in parts of Kentucky, North Carolina. Avoid using candles, gas, propane, wood burning, or aerosol sprays. Dawn. Oregon, Health Authority, OHA. Emergency visits for winter hazards tracked with new OHA dashboard. Yahoo News. Yahoo News. Smoke exposure. Now, winter-related hazards, such as asthma-like illness due to poor air quality, smoke from wood stoves and air inversions. Canada, Prince Edward Island Province, PM 2.5 pollution from controlled burn of debris in aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. Minister defends burning of Fiona debris in Borden-Carleton, but will look into areas concerns. CBC Environment Minister Stephen Myers says he'll look into concerns that the burning of wood piles in Borden-Carleton is causing too much smoke in the India, fires seen from space. Rosep view of the fires caused by farmers burning field stubble in India and Pakistan. NBC Television Nightly News on Wednesday bluntly stated the fires in Pakistan are directly caused by farmers burning field stubble. In this Washington Post report, the euphemism seasonal fires is used for Indian farmers' deliberate choices to burn field stubble rather than dispose of field stubble in landfills or convert field stubble to soil or mulch. This article. India, smog visible from space cannot be read without purchasing a subscription to the Washington Post. India, Delhi. Delhi issues health advisory, no morning walks, no smoking, don't burn crackers. India Today. Avoid burning wood, leaves, crop residues. India. Avoid morning walks, smoking, wash eyes with running water, read Delhi Public Health Advisory. India. It also advised people to not smoke tobacco products, avoid burning mosquito coils and incense sticks in closed premises, and avoid burning wood. India, smog visible from space. The smog choking this Indian city is visible from space. The Washington Post. November 9, 2023. Hazardous smog blankets 5. A particularly hazardous pollutant known as particulate matter 2.5. Seasonal fires and a slew of air pollutants are obscuring skies across northern India, registering very unhealthy air quality in New Delhi and causing schools to shut down. India, Delhi. Delhi's air quality crisis in 5 charts. India spend particulate matter pollutants during this period, on average. Health effects of poor air quality. PM 2.5 fine particulate matter 30 times finer. India, Delhi. Delhi rains spur air quality boost as multiple stations report satisfactory levels. Weather.com. However, the Ashok Vihar station in the national capital reported satisfactory air quality, with PM 2.5 at 77 and PM 10 at 67. The AQI scale. India, Delhi. How rains in Delhi helped improve its air quality, explained News, the Indian Express. After rains in Delhi, the levels of PM 2.5 and PM 10, which are pollutants also measured under the AQI, came down significantly. India, Delhi. Why is Delhi's air pollution so bad right now? Nature. Another study estimated that on average, 20% of PM 2.5 in Delhi during the post-monsoon season was from crop fires, but that could peak to 50 to 75% on. India, Gurugram University. Clean air anomaly. Gurugram University stands out with astoundingly. PR Newswire. Particulate matter, PM, is the term for microscopic air pollutants, where PM 2.5 are particles 2.5 micrometers or less in diameter and PM 10 are. India, Kolkata. AQI levels on the rise in Kolkata. Environmentalists fear worse to come. DigiWorld. Environment activists are especially worried about the deteriorating PM 2.5 levels at Rabindra Sadan, as the Victoria Memorial and the Maidan, known. India, Mumbai. To tackle air pollution, scale up monitoring, factor in health and stop ad hoc management, say experts. Mumbai, India. PM 2.5 levels. According to the 2009 notification, the acceptable limit for annual PM 2.5 emissions is 40 micrograms and 60 micrograms in a 24. India, Delhi. Can rain improve the quality of air? Yes, it did in Delhi. Jagran Josh. Pollutants named PM 10 and PM 2.5 are washed out to a great extent due to rain. Moreover, if it rains for a few more days, the relief from these. India, Delhi. Delhi air quality improves, but still in poor category. DigiWorld.com. The air quality at the Indira Gandhi International Airport T3 area was in the moderate category with PM 2.5 at 130 and PM 10 at 112, while the carbon. India, Delhi. Delhi air quality improves after rainfall, but remains in poor category. Business Standard. There was also a dip in the levels of pollutants PM 2.5 and PM 10 after 4 a.m. across the national capital and surrounding areas. For the next 2. India, Patna. As Patna's AQI reaches severe zone, doctors caution people with morbidities. DigiWorld. Officials claimed that construction of the Patna metro, flyovers, buildings, and transportation of sand and clay are responsible for increasing PM 2.5. India, PM 2.5 and cardiac health. Air pollution, how toxic air can put stress on heart. 5 tips to protect cardiac health. India, but these particulate matter noxious gases and small particulate matter like PM 2.5 are more harmful as they get impacted deep in our body. India, Diwali and PM 2.5 pre-Diwali air quality. Delhi air quality improves, most areas record AQI below 300. Business Today. The Friday downpour significantly improved the air quality in the city as it settled the suspended particulate matter, particularly PM 2.5 and PM 10. India, Delhi. Measures fail but rain steps in, AQI improves from 437 to 279 in Delhi. Hindustan Times. Though Delhi's average AQI is calculated over 24 hours, its real-time particulate matter, PM 2.5 concentration data showed the level at 1 a.m. on Friday. India, Kolkata. PM 2.5 levels spike in Kolkata ahead of Diwali and Kali Puja. Weather.com. Environmental activists express worry as PM 2.5 levels rise sharply in several areas around Kolkata, with some exceeding the hazardous 300 mark. Pakistan, Lahore. This megacity is the latest to shut down as pollution chokes swathes of South Asia. 9 News. PM 2.5 particles include pollutants such as sulfates, nitrates and black carbon, exposure to which can impair people's cognitive and immune functions. Lahore has become the latest megacity to shut down as pollution chokes swathes of South Asia, where nearly 50 million people have been breathing toxic air for nearly a week. PM 2.5 and air purifiers need home air purifiers to battle severe pollution? Consider these 8 pics. Mint. The touch-controlled interface provides ease of operation, displaying real-time PM 2.5 levels. With a sleek white design, this purifier combines